Hurricane Dorian Florida evacuations. They begin as the governor urges people to stay inside. Also, we're going to take a look at the 5-day NOAA forecast for this hurricane. Georgia Lord Express UK. Hurricane Dorian continuing to battle with Bahamas, causing catastrophic damage on the islands. It's a Category 4 hurricane and is forecast to head north to Florida in the coming days. Areas in the U.S. state are under evacuation orders, and this is the latest evacuation information. It slammed into the Bahamas, causing catastrophic damage, hurricane force winds, deadly storm surge, and torrential rain. The weather system is stalled over the islands right now, but is forecast to track to the southeastern United States coast later in the week. Florida lies in the direct path of the potential tracks for Dorian. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis warning residents to prepare and heed evacuation warnings. Ron DeSantis told Weather Channel Monday, even though forecasters say Dorian may remain off the coast, it's very close to some of these communities on Florida's east coast. So that a wobble here, a wobble there, and you're looking at potentially catastrophic impacts. He says if you see what's happening in the Bahamas, that's just unbelievable power and strength. As of the NOAA latest update, Dorian was packing winds of 155 mile an hour with higher gusts. This means a storm was downgraded to Category 4 from 5 that we had yesterday. The Category 5 hurricane has winds of 156 miles or greater. Yesterday were 185 to 200 miles an hour. In a tweet, Mr. DeSantis said, as we continue to monitor Dorian, all Floridians should follow local reports and all evacuation orders. We are ready to deploy assets as needed and will continue to monitor traffic and fuel levels as more counties come under hurricane watch and warnings. The NHC predicts on its current track the core of extremely dangerous Dorian will continue to pound Grand Bahama Island through much of today and tonight, and the hurricane will move dangerously close to the Florida east coast tonight through Wednesday evening. And the hurricane watches, alerts, and storm warnings from the NHC. Storm surge warning is in effect for Lantana to the Flagler-Volusia County line. Storm surge watch is in effect for north of Deerfield Beach to south of Lantana, Flagler-Volusia County line to the Savannah River. Hurricane warning in effect for Grand Bahama and the Abacus Islands in the northwestern Bahamas, Jupiter Inlet, and the Flagler-Volusia County line. Hurricane watch in effect for north of Deerfield Beach to Jupiter Inlet, Flagler-Volusia County line to the Altamaha Sound of Georgia. Tropical storm warning in effect for north of Deerfield Beach to Jupiter Inlet. Tropical storm watch in effect for north of Golden Beach to Deerfield Beach and Lake Okeechobee. Powerful weather, powerful winds, severe storm surge already being felt all along the U.S. East Coast. National Weather Service warns residents to keep out of the water and away from coastlines, of course. And the current Florida evacuations, Brevard County, mandatory evacuation order has been issued for Zone A, including all mobile and manufactured homes. Duval County, Jacksonville, mandatory evacuation order issued for Zones A and B, as well as Huguenot and Hanna Parks on Monday. Indian River County, mandatory evacuation order. Martin County, mandatory evacuation order, Zones A and B are in effect. Nassau County, mandatory evacuation order issued for Zones A and C and F. Palm Beach County, mandatory evacuation order for Zones A and B. Zone A includes mobile homes, substandard housing, and low-lying areas prone to water intrusion. Zone B includes the Barrier Islands, land areas north and south of the Jupiter Inlet, and other surge-vulnerable areas south along the Intercoastal Waterway to the Broward County line. St. John's County, mandatory evacuation order issued on Monday for Zones A and Zone B, including the entire cities of St. Augustine and St. Augustine Beach, and those living on waterfront property or in flood-prone areas. St. Lucie County, mandatory evacuation order for residents on the Barrier Islands and those living in low-lying coastal areas and mobile homes. Volusia County, mandatory evacuation order issued for residents who live on the beachside and in low-lying areas, RVs, and mobile homes. And the map concerning the 5-day, the cone contains the probable path of the storm center but does not show the size of the storm. Hazard conditions can occur outside of the cone as well. Now M in the map here, M means major hurricane, wind speeds of greater than 110 miles per hour. D is a tropical depression, wind speeds less than 39 miles per hour. S is tropical storm, wind speeds between 39 and 73 miles an hour. Hurricane is wind speed between 74 miles per hour and 110 miles per hour. Now, as you can see on this map, we have M. Indicated M over Florida means that it's a major hurricane, Wind speeds greater than 110 miles per hour. And then over Georgia, you see that it's an H, meaning hurricane, speeds between 74 miles and 110 miles per hour. And it's H all the way up to, I would say Vermont, Maine. That's Maine up there towards Canada. All right, so the whole thing is hurricane. Current information, forecast positions, and this is for the next 5 days, as you can see. Potential track for the spotted is for the next 4 or 5 days, going from Florida, heading up northeast through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. So Tuesday, tomorrow should be on the east coast of Florida. Wednesday, Florida to Georgia. Thursday, Georgia, South Carolina. Friday, North Carolina, Virginia, and up towards New Jersey, Delaware, New Jersey. Long Island will get hit at the east part of it. And of course doesn't mean that New York, the city won't get it. It's just going to be very high winds. I was in New York, decades ago. All right, I was still in college, and I don't know where my parents were, but my sister and I were in the house, and it was, a row house in Bayside, near Queens College, basically. And we had the end of a hurricane over us, and we thought the house would be torn apart. We had to run into the basement. We stayed there huddled together with each other, and we were wondering when the house would fall on top of us. It was so strong. It was unbelievable. And we got the end part of it. It's just like what is shown here. If you have the end part of something coming over you, just unbelievable strength. Unbelievable. So all of you there, please be very careful. We have videos, and I'll leave you the link below for this. Videos of power lines gone down, houses, of course, demolished. Hopefully we didn't have loss of life. This is just amazing what we'll be hitting. So I'll leave links below for you for this, and we'll keep track of what's happening. NHC Tropical Cyclone Forecast Track can be error. It says this forecast uncertainty is conveyed by the track forecaster cone. Solid white and striped line areas in graphic. Solid white areas depict track forecast for the next 1 to 3 days. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, You will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.